Hello and welcome to another episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. We are ready to continue our adventure here in the town of Aughaire, talking with the Trév Gállorg. That will come in just a moment. Let me check really quick what we have for the Hobbit present of the day: Virtue XP and Finesse. So, gotta get rid of the Finesse to save up some backspace. And what we have here, the expedition supplies. I just got Nina's Morgul. I did all my previous questing on that area thanks to the free questing period that LOTRO had earlier this year. So it was really welcome having that chance. But now that that period has ended, well, I have purchased the expansion to make sure I still have access to the areas and everything else. And before we start getting more quests, let us advance some of our tasks as well.
You risk your life to come here.
A minute or two.
Serve the Iron Crown.
I'm not sure if I mistook the name of the people living in Aughaire. I usually confuse the Trév Gállorg and the Trév Gállorg. So maybe what I said before was not totally right. As soon as we start talking with the
Trév Gállorg,
with the chief, with Crannog, we'll see. The Trév Gállorg from Canshore. No, that doesn't help. Okay, so let us talk here with Fasach-larran.
Will you hear my sorrows?
We have had many strange travelers in these lands, though none as strange as the fellowship that recently passed through Aughaire seeking for the land of Aughaire. That land lies to the north and west of this land, though I have never seen the mountains of snow nor frozen shores of the sea. They had an old map that claimed ancient dwarf mines filled with treasure lay somewhere within the land of Aughaire. If you were to travel to those lands, I would ask for you to seek out one of their company and let them aid if you are able. They did not seem a very capable company, and it would ease my heart to know that a warden such as yourself would look out for them. Aughaire lies north of Evendim, through Kirit Rhys, north of Tirnfornech. You should start your search in the village of Kaupakota. Ryu or Jesus? That name is a little tricky.
We are beset on all sides.
Yes, so we got one did, the up and comer. The up and comer from one. So we have a new title, a new deed, 5 LOTRO points. And let me see, if we use our task limit increase, yeah, that will give us a chance to get one more task done. So
Greetings, Sathron.
you have come to Aughaire, but you are not one of us. You are of mankind. If you wish to be counted a friend of the Trév Gállorg, you must undertake a tribal duty, a fem. I may have such a task for you. My mistake, these are the Trév Gállorg.
I would speak with you.
All who call themselves Trév Gállorg must have a purpose. That purpose is their fame. If you have no fame, you are not Trév Gállorg and no friend to us. Prove yourself worthy of being called a friend to the Trév Gállorg of Aughaire. I will give you such a fame if you do all that I ask of you. It is the place of a chieftain to direct his people to do great things, even in the face of danger. And many dangers are arrayed against Aughaire. Thorkil, Wraith, and Oswald will tell you of some of this. You will aid them in facing these evils, and you will return to me when your first challenge is met. If you are to prove yourself to me, you must prove yourself first to my people.
Would you lend me a moment of your time?
My brothers were great warriors, and they gained much honor in battle against the Trév and the orcs of Angmar. All spoke highly of them, and both women and men called them mighty. But even the mightiest man can be felled by a single arrow loosed from hiding, and so it was with my brothers. Orcs beset them by the cave Morphil, and they were defeated. I have petitioned Crannog for vengeance, and now he sees fit to unleash you upon the orcs in my stead. I hope you are worthy, for if your strength is found lacking, it will go poorly for you. The entrance to Morphil is in Fasach-larran, east of Aughaire. Defeat orcs in and around the cave, and make them pay for the deaths of my brothers.
It has been long since we have known peace.
Our chieftain is testing you, Southern. If you are stout of heart, you will prove yourself worthy. If you are not, I do not lie when I say that coming here will be your greatest mistake. Some days past, I was surprised by a pair of orcs among the foothills north of Aughaire. They are vicious, dangerous creatures, and my escape was made more difficult by my refusal to lead the pair by straight paths to the settlement. But this I would not do. But I am fleet of foot and know the land hereabout, and I made it back safely, if winded. But the orcs are newly arrived to Fasach-larran, and it will not be long before they make it here. Defeat these dangerous creatures. You will find them not only in Fasach-larran, but also within the fortress of Trév, northeast of Aughaire. Whether they guard the Trév there or serve as jailers, I do not know, but I know they must be defeated either way. If you do this, I will tell Crannog of your victory. And here.
Have you come to help us against Carndum and the Trév Gállorg?
The Trév press us at every opportunity, Beriathan. We must oppose them with all our strength, but still Crannog insists on caution. Caution! The Trév serve the commanders of Angmar now, and they carry their tokens. In return for their bondage, the Trév have been given the fortress city of Trév. We must take these tokens from them and show that the Trév Gállorg will not stand for such betrayal. The fortress of Trév stands to the northeast of Aughaire. Travel there and wrest skull amulets and blowstone pendants from the traders who now live in that place. Return to me with these tokens, and I will tell Crannog of your efforts on behalf of the Trév Gállorg. Let us begin our adventures in Angmar then. First of all, we'll bind here our milestone skill, and where's the iron one? Is he in one of these tents over here? No. Or is it? Corunir. Ah, yeah, sorry. Darben was the ranger in Esteldin, and Corunir is the ranger in Aughaire. Anyways, he is inside this tent.
What can I do for you?
Who are you? Nay, it matters not. All that matters is that you have come. Matters are grave, and we have need of any assistance we can muster. These good people are beset on all sides by the tyrants of Angmar, who now gather a mighty army to march south and crush the elves and Gondor between their hammer and the anvil of Mordor. Time grows short, and we must act quickly if we are to hinder the shadow of Angmar. Perhaps I should tell you somewhat of our long story. When we first came onto Aughaire, the Hillmen were suspicious of us, but not overtly hostile. Golodir quickly earned their respect, for he was a great captain among us and was able to inspire the heart. We learned that the Hillmen were under the oppression of a remnant of Angmar that had returned to Carndum from over the Misty Mountains. But worse, a sorcerer much likened to the Witch King of old had also come to the evil city. The Hillmen called the sorcerer the False King, for they knew well that the Witch King himself could never return to Angmar. Golodir determined that this steward of Angmar had to be stopped before he could gather strength in the north. He gathered together as many of the Hillmen as would follow him and journeyed east with the rest of our companions, believing that Angmar was not yet strong enough to withstand a united front. I was left behind to take the word to Esteldin in the event the expedition failed, which it did. Did you wish to hear more?
What can I do for you?
So you would know how this tragedy came to be. In truth, I know not. I do not know whether it was through some machination of the false king, or whether it was purely an evil chance, but our march was brought to an abrupt end. As we marched east, we found ourselves confronted by a vale filled with terrible statues. Ramas Deluon, the Hillmen called it. That some spirit of evil vigilance abode in the stones there was no doubt, for we could all feel the oppression of them. It was here that Galadir bade me remain. As the host passed through the stones, it became clear why the Hillmen feared the valley so. When the last few men crossed Ramasdelwon, the watching stones threw forth a terrible melee of oppression, such that those men caught within it were stricken dead by the weight of it upon their hearts. I tried to pass the stones but could not. Galadir bid me remain, and so I did. Days turned to months, then years, and still Galadir did not return. I knew I should have returned at once to Esteldin, but I could not abandon my captain. I tried vainly to cross Ramasdelwon until my very spirit was broken within me. At last I sent the message to Esteldin which brought you hither. We must learn the secret of Ramasdelwon, Beriathan. Perhaps one of the many lesser stones which litter this land, especially near the camps of the Angmar and Hillmen, will reveal the secret. Go to one of the lesser watching stones and take a rubbing of the runes found upon its base. Beware the fell and deadly stones, for they have too terrible a power. So we got our plates full. And I love that. So, orcs, Trév Gállorg, and the Lesser Stone. Okay. Okay, here's one word. In stealth, as these guys usually like to do. Now we got the new deed. Work Slayer. Now, clicking here, level 42, almost halfway through level 43. I would say that's really good. Just yesterday I relogged my Guardian. I rolled my Guardian a few months ago, and my path with that Guardian was basically the same one I'm taking right now with Beriathan. And by the time I had finished with Western Angmar, my guard was just level 43. So I think it was a good idea to equip the XP booster in the troll shows, as this will give us what we need. I'm deciding whether or not to use the expedition supplies, the XP boosters here with Beriathan, or save it with for my guard or my cappy so I can level them up faster. That depends how it goes, really. With all these other quests here in Aughaire and Torgalvin and the other villages here in Western Angmar before I move on. Oh, come on. No, I would appreciate it if you stop just throwing some friggin' rocks and come face me like a man. Thanks. So let us go and look for the orcs first. We have already completed the work quest. We can safely remove it. And well, as you saw a few minutes ago, I just killed the only boar there is in Angmar, Grimfoot. And the reason why is to advance the hidden deed of the Boar Slayer in in Eriador, Middle Earth. Are there two different hidden Boar Slayer deeds? I don't know, basically all I remember is that you need to kill at least one boar in every single area you can find them. So it's a good idea to look for Greenfoot as long as you set foot in Angmar. Here we have Morfield, the quest, the cave we we're looking for. So you find a missing page of Chieftains of the Dunedain. Cool. Which one? Page 17. Very well. It seems somebody came here before I did. Yeah. Not copy. Woolrar's Boy, page 10. Chieftains of the Dunedain, page 3. I like to keep track of what pages I already have and which ones I am missing. And I see a watch against the night. I'm falling behind on that one. Really? Okay, just missing one more warrior and one more skirmisher. Hopefully they would have respawned by the time I left the cave. Hopefully. Yeah. So that's the famous boar mount. Gotta say, it looks really fun. The way it runs. And I know people were asking for boar mounts for a long time. So glad for you, all those of you who wished them the boar mounts. Personally, I have always preferred horses. Since I tend to favor a race of men in my playthroughs, on all my classes, I think horses are the best mounts for the race of men. But there are very cool goats, I've got to say. The goat you get from the Moria instance metadit is awesome. And some of the later goats that you get in Thorin's Hall and Eret Mithrim are really good as well. The goat that you can get for Figments of Splendor is better than the horse in my opinion. So I was not a big fan of goats until very recently, really. But they have increased in quality. The quality of goats design has increased in my opinion. So not a big fan of boars right now, but maybe if they continue supporting that kind of mount, with time I will get to like those as well. We'll see. So yeah, we're on the right track. This is village or the fortress of Trév Gállorg. There you can find the lesser watching stone we're gonna take the rubbings from. Which give us 2 dread and some shadow damage. Are we on the right track? Okay, yeah, they drop from these guys. I just needed to enter the town properly. This doesn't drop on the outskirts, it seems. Alrighty then. No more pages, that's a shame. Come on. Cannot see. Okay. We're just missing one more, but it doesn't drop from the guides in here. We gotta enter the town once again. Maybe we can wait for one of these guys to respawn. I think we need to go deeper into that place. That I don't want to face that sorcerer yet. The epic is gonna make me face that sorcerer, so I don't want to face the same guy twice, but since we'll need to do that to be able to advance the quest in a timely manner. Watch against the knight, and that is page 7. Indeed, Angmar and Slayer. Alright, and there you go. Perfect. Now with this out of the way, we can return to Aughaire, turn in all these quests, and complete the one extra task we earned today. And I think I would also need to free up some backspace, as I'm really getting more than I can chew at the moment, it seems. Fasach-larran. So this is another town we'll come to eventually, as part of the Fem quest line that we just started. Okay, so first thing first. Let us talk to Corunir.
Greetings.
You have returned. Did you ring the robin? Good. Let me see it.
What do you need?
These runes are of an elvish mode, but the language is the black speech, in which I am not well versed. But I do know a little and can see that these runes speak of a heart located within the stone. Perhaps if I could study one of the stone hearts, a way to undo the spell upon them can be found. There are some lifeless stones east of here from which you may collect such a heart without fear. Bring me a stone heart as quickly as you may, so that we may be done with our duty. Okay, so we'll need to go to Mallinghad, basically. It'll be some time before we reach that zone. Okay, so I'm stuck with combat music, it seems. Nope, didn't work.
The Trév Gállorg are surrounded by enemies.
Once again, reaching the task limit for the day, and now
We are beset on all sides.
the evil lords of Angmar must be very displeased now with the Trév Gállorg that were given to Gállorg, for you have bloodied their noses with your attack. I will tell Crannog of your success, and he will have no doubt of it. These amulets and pendants sing of your victory. So is the Gem of Boots, Sankas, Vitality Will. This is more for will classes, so we'll take it, but better get rid of it.
Trust does not come easily among the Trév Gállorg.
You have done very well against the works, Beriathan. I will tell Crannog of your victory, and he may be pleased. And this, it seems, is also for will classes. But heck, it's a lot better than the one I have, so doesn't hurt to have it. Okay, marching in the shadow. We got this one. Gotta complete 10 more of this. Got 10 LOTRO points. But let me check really quick here my virtues. Let me make sure that all of them are leveling up equally.
The hills of Angmar are not friendly to the unwary.
My brothers would be pleased by your service in their honor, Beriathan. I give you thanks in their stead for the slaying of the orcs at Morfield. For my part, I believe you are trustworthy, but it is up to Crannog to roll on this matter. And fate, morale, and power. Oh, thanks. Oh, you don't have enough room to do that. Figures. Just wanna. Those devices look really good. What can we do? Let us get rid of this ruby shard. I could have used this maton. Believe me. Vitality, will, morale. No. No, definitely not. Here, vitality, will, morale, bit rating, yeah. But I equip this one. And I'm gonna think about those two. Gotta check if the 3-piece bonus is worth it or not. Let us talk with Crannog.
Greetings, Southron.
I have been told of your successes. You have taken the first step on this path, but the road is winding, and you have just begun to walk upon it. Not all need be as suspicious as I, for it is the duty of the chieftain to be guarded in all dealings with outsiders. Finan, east of here, at the center island of Aughaire, has heard of your victories and wishes to speak with you. But that is Finan. I am not yet certain of your word. Shoes of Fame. Might, agility, power. Might be a good idea to take these shoes.
I would speak with you, Zafran.
Some of my people are satisfied with your deeds, but there is still more to be done if you hope to be accepted by the Trév Gállorg of Aughaire. The short path may be stomached by the treacherous. The longer the road, the more sure I can be of your nature. Speak with Lakina, Cameron, and Rona here in Aughaire and perform the task that they ask of you. If I am satisfied with the reports of you, we may discuss your fame. You will find these three near the center island of the settlement to the east. Let's equip the shoes. God, I lose a lot of vitality, a lot of morale, but again a lot of agility too, so. But it's not worth it in my opinion.
Long since we have known peace.
I have heard of your task, Beriathan, and know exactly how you can prove your worthiness to me and to us all. This land must be coaxed to give us food, but she is more generous with gems, such as bloodstones which we use in several crafts. But the shiny stones attract more than the Trév Gállorg who go searching for them. The hill beasts covet bloodstones and will often fight to the death to recover them. Once the creatures have obtained such a bloodstone, the gem loses its shine. Only through the secret ways of the Trév Gállorg can this shine be returned to the stones. Go your metal and recover all bloodstones from the hill beasts north of Aughaire. You will find many of the creatures among the chasms of Natnathire, though their wandering cousins may also bear the stones.
Would you lend me a moment of your time?
Crannog is waiting for my judgment of your word. This is no small burden, and I will not make my decision lightly. But I thank him for your attention, for there is something you can do to earn my judgment. My brother Tasgal is a hunter of no small worth, but he has not returned from his latest foray into the wild. I ask you to travel north into Fasach-larran and search for my brother. Give him your aid, and if he deems you worthy, so too will I, and Crannog will hear of your deeds.
It has been long since we've known peace.
I know of your test, Beriathan, and prepare to do my part. You have already been to the fortress of Torgalbin, the home of that was given to the Trév Gállorg by their new masters, the evil that sits in Carndum. Wright believes that resting in the tokens of the enemy from the Trév Gállorg of Torgalbin is enough. I do not agree. Return to Torgalbin, northeast of Aughaire, and destroy the standards that fly above its walls. This will send a clear message to the Trév Gállorg and their masters. I am sure of it. If you do this, I will tell Crannog the tale of your success.
It has been long since we have known peace.
Crannog is the chieftain of Aughaire, and he is right to challenge outsiders to prove their worthiness. But I, Finan, have always prided myself on my keen eye and keener judgment. I know you are to be trusted, and that you will bring glory to the Trév Gállorg of Aughaire. You have already ventured into the fortress of Torgalbin northeast of the settlement and taken the prizes of the Trév Gállorg from them. The traitors will surely rue their loss, and question whether their loyalty was given too quickly to the savage rulers of this land. But their treachery runs deeper than greed, for a tribe of orcs is quartered in the cave of Bursum Pushduk, just north of Torgalbin. The Trév Gállorg have these orcs for neighbors, and this is a treachery so low that even their greed cannot justify it. Travel to Bursum Pushduk with an ally or two and slay the orcs there to remind the Trév Gállorg what they would do were they worthy to walk the land of their fathers. The cave is on the west side of the hill on which Torgalbin is built, northeast of Aughaire. Okay. Jesus, I got lost. Let us look for the exit. Let us hope that entering combat will reset this glitch with the combat music. Now the music in here is really cool. Let us do this quest and vendor the trash items that we have. And I think that would be enough for one day. Oh good. The glitch has ended. That's better. Tasgal. Is he here? I know there is a Hillman around here, but maybe it's not Tasgal, or maybe I'm not in the right place. Okay, no, Tasgal is actually in here. Could be. Okay.
Will you be sojourning here?
My sister sent you. She worries always, despite my assurances. But you are not one of the Trév Gállorg and do not have a femme. I will help you test your strength, and perhaps my task here will go more quickly for it. The hill beasts of Natnathar have proven a savage menace.
Come hither, Suthrun. I would speak with you.
I came forth from Aughaire, intending to halt the spread of hill beasts further into Fasach-larran, Beriathan, but the creatures are too many. If you are deserving of the friendship of the Trév Gállorg, you will aid me with my charge. Northwest of here you will find a sloping path into Natnathar. It is a place of menace, and from there come the hill beasts that prowl Fasach-larran. Defeat many of the hill beasts you find there, and we will speak again when you return. Do you have any more quests for me? Nope. There it is, not Natnathar. A very good throw. Right around the corner and all. That's so funny, they cannot even reach me. Okay, there are more hill beasts right behind this rock. And I took the wrong path, as always. Alright, that's better. Now what is happening with the game? Can the blue stop that? Yeah, back to normal. So yeah, I like to Remove the quests from the log as I complete them so I can keep better track of what I'm still missing. As you see here, we only need to talk to Tasgal and see if he has any other task to give us. Otherwise, we'll go to Thorgalvin and to Burzum Pushtug.
Will you be sojourning here?
You have defeated a number of hill beasts. I am glad to hear it, for now we may proceed with the next step in our hunt.
I would speak with you, Zalfron.
The hill beasts we are hunting in Fasach-larran are bred of two mighty creatures, Bangrant and Muragrath, two ancient creatures to be caught unawares. But that is precisely what we must do. Hill beasts thrive on the large crawlers that infest Fasach-larran. With enough, we might be able to lure Bangrath and Muragrath out of hiding. I care not where the crawlers come from, but there are many of them throughout Fasach-larran. Kill crawlers wherever you find them and bring the remains to me. I will prepare a mixture that may seem repulsive to you and me, but will be hard for our foes to resist. Okay. Gotta advance this crawler section of the quest line, but at the same time let us make our way east towards Thorgalvin and Burzum Pushtug. God, and the sky in Angmar is so creepy, so menacing. Oh god, I love it. Love the place, they did a great job. Here we have one more crawler. Four out of 6. That's gotta be it for the crawlers. Right on time, as we have just reached the entrance of Thorgalvin. Gotta burn the banners. I think this is gonna be a quick one too. Okay, Watch Against the Night, page 5. That's great. Okay. That's better. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. What's this? Historian's Guide? Tinker's Guide. Didn't I get rid of this already? There's a lot of trash that I gotta destroy, get rid of. Old Roarer's Boy, page 7. No, it seems I already have the pages from Bulwar's Void that are available in Angmar. In any case, here we are in Person Pushduk. Now we need to defeat warriors and skirmishes. The usual stuff. I'm not sure why this quest is labeled as a small fellowship one. Maybe inside the cave the orcs are tougher, but right now it doesn't seem so. Oh, that's right, these guys are not hard mobs, it's just that there are too many of them. Warrior to skirmishers, where are the skirmishers? Okay, here's one. Okay, that's it for Person Pushduk. For the moment at least. Okay. So yeah, gotta bring the crawler remains to Tasgal. He is some distance away. Figures. I have already mentioned that, but they should really patch forced march and stop us having to reactivating it every time we leave combat. It doesn't serve any real purpose, really. Any other purpose than annoying the hell out of you. All right. Okay, here you go, Tasgal.
Trust does not come easily among the Trév Gállorg.
The remains of these crawlers are not pleasant to smell or look upon, but trust me when I say they are a delicacy to the creatures we hunt. I will prepare bait from this with which we can draw Bangrad and Muragrad out of hiding.
It has been long since we have known peace.
We have what we need to draw Brangarad and Muragrad out of hiding, Beriathan. Let us travel into Nath Aughaire and use this bait to put an end to their menace. Tell me when you are prepared to make this journey. We should try not to alert the creatures to our presence, or the plan will be doomed at the onset. Are you ready to go? We must rely on each other during this hunt, so be sure you are prepared.
Two terrible beasts, Bangrath and Muragrath, threaten the safety of the Trév Gállorg, the Hillmen of Aughaire. Their reign of terror must be put to an end.
You are a stranger to these lands.
I have the crawler remains you gather, Beriathan. Do you smell their awful stench? To the hill beasts, this odor will be impossible to resist. Let us begin our hunt, and we will lure Bangrath and Muragrad from hiding. Keep a watchful eye, for hill beasts will be drawn to the scent of the bait I carry. Let us go, Beriathan. Do not let the rain interfere with your concentration. It never does. This is not Breath of the Wild. I'm not gonna get shocked by carrying metal items, so... Okay. What else? More hill beasts approaching. Where from? Okay. Figured as much. And behind us. You show them, Tazgal. Let us press on. Ready yourself. Who's gonna come first? Bangrath? Muragrad? Not yet. Bangrath is here. Where is Muragrad? I think Muragrad will try to ambush us. I hear footsteps approaching. Berdine are not to be trusted. I thought I smelled the odor of the Trév Gállorg here. And you thought it was just the smell of Hillbeast. You are not worthy of notice, Dorostan. I would not sully my blood with your blood. Alright. Trying to help the people there on world chat, but I missed the command. And now Muragrad is here. No point. Muragrat is defeated. We are victorious, Beriathan, despite the interference of Drostan. Okay. We'll send that message and continue. We have done very well this day, Beriathan, despite the interference of the Trév Gállorg. Tell me if you are ready to return to my campsite. I will not speak of Drostan and his ilk until we are safely out of danger. Okay. So... Okay. Let us turn in this quest.
Easily among the Trév Gállorg.
The Trév Gállorg and the Trév Gállorg were once one people. Yeah. But over the years they grew apart, splinter as tribes sometimes do. There was always hope we would one day be reconciled, but that hope now is gone. Drostan spoke of Glukat, a ceremonial combat that was one used to determine the ruling order of the various tribes. The last Glukat was called many years ago, and Nazan, the warrior of the Trév Gállorg, was slain. But this is not time to speak of such things. Our victory over the hill beasts should not be tainted by such unhappy memories. You have aided me with my fame, and that brings honor to both of us. Go now to my sister Rona and tell her that I shall soon return to Aughaire. Where did you say she was? The center island of Aughaire is of Crannog's realm seat? That is where you will find her now, I expect. Go with my thanks, and do not worry about Drostan's cruel taunts. His is an unworthy people. So let us map back to Aughaire really quick for all the quests that we have, and let's call it the end of the episode for today. Okay.
Trust does not come easily among the Trév Gállorg.
I will need to tell this. You have done very well, Beriathan. I will tell Crannog of your service and polish these dull bloodstones to the sheen they deserve. They will then be used in the crafts of my people. Fury, Vitality, Morale, that's a good tanking sword. So, yeah, let us take this one.
You are a stranger to these lands.
Yeah, I know, girl, I know. But we gotta sell all this before we can finish those quests. So, let us talk to the provisioner. What else can we sell? Solar's hat. This one, skirmish field. This should be enough, I hope.
Greetings, Southron.
You have returned alive from Tor Galbin, and I delight to see it. The standards no longer fly above the fortress. I will tell Crannog of your victory over the Trév Gállorg, but for my part I am satisfied and call you friend.
Will you be sojourning here?
Tasgal is safe, and you have helped to bring his fame to fruition. I am delighted that this is so. I will tell Crannog of this at once. You have my thanks and my good wishes, Beriathan, and Tasgal's as well, I am sure of it. We of the Trév Gállorg do not forget such deeds as you have done. Yeah, let us take this earring. Level 43 and 1 class trait point. That is awesome. Let us equip this.
Will you be sojourning here?
I rejoice at your victory, Beriathan. I knew I was right to give you my trust. The Trév Gállorg will surely see that you have done what they should have and will feel remorse at their failing. Might, vitality. I don't know. Let us talk to Crannog real quick. Let us spend the trade point I just got. Here.
The hills of Angmar are not friendly to the unwary.
Your tail grows with every challenge I set before you, Beriathan. Many of my people call you friend, and I count you now among my people, Sovereign. There is always more to be done, and those of the Put-Shankas will welcome you to their service. The Put-Sankash is southeast of the market of Aughaire. Your path does not end here, Beriathan. It begins.
I would speak with you, Fasach-larran.
Okay. So let us equip the gloves. Completed this deed over here. We have now the final deed for quests in Angmar. And some LOTRO points. Perfect. Long have I served my people as chieftain, and I have given many dozens of them to those of age among my people, and to those few travelers I deem worthy of calling friend. It is a heavy burden, for a femme is not to be granted lightly. If it is beyond the reach of the one to whom it is assigned, the blame falls upon me as chieftain. I give to you now your femme. I give to Beriathan, man from the south, this femme. To begin the rite of Clughat, the ancient privilege and burden of the Trév Gállorg. It has been long since the Clughat has been called, and the memory of the last is grim, but its time has come again. Thus is Beriathan's femme given. Riot will tell you what this femme involves, Beriathan. Speak with him at once and begin. Okay. So, this seems like a perfectly fine spot to end today's episode. It was quite eventful, I gotta say. The Epic didn't advance much, but we did a lot of things in Aughaire. Please join me next time. We'll continue helping the Trév Gállorg with the femme that has been said before us. And, well, we also see what the Put-Sankas has to tell us. We'll see if we can progress the Epic after that. For the time being, thank you once again for tuning in Citadel Guard Adventures, for being part of the journey. Stay safe, take care, and I will see you on the next episode. Bye bye!